If you're unhappy in your relationship because your partner doesn't act the way you want them to, it might be true that the problem isn't your partner. This doesn't mean your partner is always right. They can be wrong, but in most cases, it's your expectations that are hurting you. The reason this is hard to see is because society calls these expectations normal, which is why even the best solutions don't really work. But by the end of this video, you'll see why it isn't normal at all, and why letting go of it can completely change how love feels. This isn't philosophy, self-help, or therapy. It's based on truth. You must have seen that for a problem, you can find many different solutions. But unless a solution works at the root cause, the problem keeps returning. Behind most problems, there is only one root cause, one truth. Let's look at the truth in this problem. When you enter a relationship, you automatically start expecting a few things. You're usually not aware of it because it feels natural, and it feels natural because we're deeply conditioned by society. To understand this conditioning, we need to look at history. For most of human history, the only expectations from a partner were survival-based, working together for food, safety, and shelter. People didn't expect personal happiness from their partner. Love meant warmth and bonding, but it wasn't meant to fulfill your entire emotional world. A person's emotional needs were met through family, friends, work, faith, community, and daily survival. The suffering in relationships mainly came from external hardships. People suffered physically, but not much psychologically. Physical pain is easier to bear because it has a clear cause and an endpoint. Psychological pain, which we experience today, is more painful because it is continuous. As societies became more individualistic, those old structures weakened. People became more emotionally isolated. Romantic love slowly took on extra roles: best friend, emotional regulator, and source of identity. Then, over the last 100 years, novels and movies romanticized and normalized this idea of love. And this is where expectations quietly entered relationships. The problem with expectations is that they always lead to suffering. You may still feel justified in having them. You may think that as humans evolve, the definition of love must evolve too. And since people live more isolated lives today, expecting emotional fulfillment from one person feels necessary. But not everything humans have created has actually benefited us. And this is one of those things. It's normal to require things like loyalty, honesty, respect, mutual effort, and space for individuality in a relationship. If a relationship doesn't offer these, it isn't healthy in the first place. These aren't really expectations. They're requirements to even call it a relationship. So, the expectations we're talking about go beyond these basics. For example, your partner can't always say the right things. Sometimes they'll say something that feels clearly wrong to you. Then the mind creates a story that they don't care about you. But the truth is, expecting someone to speak exactly the way you want isn't practically possible. We're so conditioned by society that we believe a partner who loves us should behave perfectly, exactly as we imagine. We don't see this unless we question the beliefs society is built on. Similarly, there's nothing wrong if your partner doesn't think like you, react like you, understand you without explanation, stay constantly available, love you the same way you love them, or change for you. Their behavior feels wrong because we assume our values and ways of seeing things are correct, and others are wrong. But the truth is simpler. They are just different, and difference feels wrong when it clashes with expectation. So if your relationship fulfills the basic requirements, but you still believe that you'd be happy only if your partner were different, then the suffering is coming from your expectations. Before we talk about the solution, it's important to understand why common solutions don't work permanently. They accept the modern definition of relationships as a given and work within it. They don't challenge society's beliefs, because not everyone is ready to question them or hear uncomfortable truths like you are. The solution to a happier relationship begins with becoming aware of these expectations. Then, notice whether your anger or sadness is coming from one of them. It may take time to let go of expectations. When you do, the relationship may no longer look normal, but it will feel lighter and freer. You'll notice less resentment toward your partner and a deeper sense of satisfaction in the relationship.